Hey, it's the Empire, Jew Boxing Empire, Backstone Boxing. Man, wild stuff, man. My boy Deontay Wilder, man, coming from the rubble of his first loss, man, devastating stuff for the guy. And he basically comes out and says that, he wasn't himself in that rematch fight with Tyson Fury, and that, you could tell when the mask came off, mentally he wasn't in a state of mind to fight. Now he talks about some other stuff as well as far as being not 100%, but he didn't really talk too specific on exactly what it was. Now this is wild stuff from Deontay Wilder because it basically addresses what most people thought of Deontay Wilder in his rematch fight, which was that wasn't Deontay Wilder. He didn't look like himself, and even the people who hate Deontay Wilder the best can tell you that Deontay Wilder didn't look himself in that fight. Now, I'm going to get some quotes for you guys. This is a quote from Deontay Wilder. This is by batlefthook.com. He says, "People that know boxing know that wasn't Deontay Wilder that night. I can't talk about a lot of things, but that wasn't Deontay Wilder that night. You could see from my mask and my reaction of certain things that I've been doing in the ring from the first fight to the second fight. You don't go backwards. You move forwards that night. And that night, I wasn't myself. There's a lot of things I can't say. We can only get stronger and learn from our situation and get better. In my eyes, I don't see Fury as a champion. It's still going. He ain't the champion yet. We still got one more fight left." So that's a quote from Deontay Wilder, man. And like I said, man, he talked about how he wasn't himself, and he actually says he does not see Tyson Fury as a champion right now, and he's right. The reason why I seen those quotes from Deontay Wilder, and I know he's been talking to the big country George Foreman, because George Foreman said that don't think of you fighting Tyson Fury right now as him being a champion. Think of the belt as being vacant. You're fighting for that title right now because there's a third fight. There's a rematch. You know what I mean? There is no definitive champion until you guys get that 3 out of 3. You dig? So, I'll say it once and I'll say it again and I'll keep saying it. The first fight, Deontay Wilder stopped Tyson Fury in the 12th round. They didn't rule it a KO. It should have been a KO. Second fight, Deontay Wilder got KO. Now, third fight is going to settle the score. So we're going to see how everything unfolds. I keep trying to tell people there's video out there of this guy, Tyson Fury, getting knocked down, and it clearly 10 seconds went by. The ref gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he gave him more than 10 seconds to get up. And the ref is actually interviewed saying that he gave Tyson Fury a longer count than he should have got, right? I might make a separate video about that because he actually was interviewed and said, that was the best decision of my life to make Tyson Fury get more than 10 seconds. Crazy stuff, man. Only in boxing. But there you guys have it, though. That Deontay Wilder talks about how, Tyson Fury is not a champion in his eyes, and he's really not a champion until he defends that title for one. And this trilogy is signed contract to fight 3 times. So you never know what can happen. You got to win 3 out of 3, baby. We got to see what happens in the next fight. So, Deontay Wilder basically talks about how he wasn't 100% in this fight, and I would really like to see Deontay Wilder at 100% in his next fight. Could he be at 110%? Possibly, man. This fight is going to be delayed so much. To think that Deontay Wilder can get better in, the months in advance, that's going to happen. This fight's going to happen later. It's supposed to happen like in July or something like that. And they pushed this fight way back. So, he's going to have so much time to prepare for this fight. There's no doubt in my mind that Deontay Wilder could actually get better. A lot of people talk about overtraining. I don't believe in that, man. That's a myth. There's training, smart, and then there's just beating your body up. I don't think every day you need to hit a heavy bag with your hands and cause wear and tear in your hands. There's certain ways you can train to get better as an athlete that doesn't actually wear your body down, right? You just got to take the right supplements. You got to recover right, take ice baths, things like that. So I really don't believe in overtraining. They say that, but that's because they're training physical instead of, when I mean physical, I mean sparring, doing things to wear their body down, and then they get injured. Right, that's dangerous. You don't need to train that way. I think Deontay Wilder can actually show up better, and I think we can see the best Deontay Wilder. Right, a lot of people thought that Tyson Fury had a max limit in the first fight as far as skill wise goes, but everyone showed that when he got a new trainer, he looked better than 100%. He looked better than we ever seen Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury has a cap that we thought that was 100%, that wasn't 100%. That was like a 70% Tyson Fury, because he came in a second fight even better than he had before. And let's be honest, Deontay Wilder, he doesn't fight by the rules, man. The guy is boxing's about hit and not get hit. Deontay Wilder is a power puncher. That's all he thinks about is power, and his fundamentals are lacking, to say the least. If he just got the basic fundamentals down, as far as properly throwing a straight right with his hands up, he'll hit harder, and using his legs. I seen his straight right before, and it's a good straight right, but is it perfect? Can he hit harder? Yeah, he probably could hit harder. So I think Deontay Wilder has a cap that we haven't seen yet, man. I think we can see a lot better Deontay Wilder. Even if Deontay Wilder just did basic boxing and he just boxed Tyson Fury, that'd be a level up, man. That'd be a huge level up, and that would make him extremely more dangerous, because if he just boxed and used all of his skills, he can become 2 times dangerous, because he has a good left hook, he has a good jab, and he can move really, really well. He's athletic. So that being said, man, I would love to see this whole thing play out. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire, Geoboxing Empire. Peace.